Hi and welcome to this week, and this week I'm talking about attraction. There are many sorts of attraction, many different types of attraction, and I feel like I'm moving my head way too much. But anyway, there are many sorts of attraction, and of course we all know the type of attraction that I'm going to list right now, and that is sexual attraction. I think, well, we know it exists. Let me put it that way. There is sexual attraction and romantic attraction. There is aesthetic attraction, and there is, what is there else but those three? Those are the three main ones, I'd say. But there's also even a comical attraction. Uh, the attraction of someone's personality. There's so much what attracts us to someone. So I really like to know you because A, you're funny, B, you're pretty, C, you're hot, or D, you are an emotional attraction. Even that might be possible. If you have the attraction to be with someone because you have the emotional, they satisfy your emotional needs. So basically, I'm just discovering new types of attraction every second now, and so there really is more than just sexual attraction. People, don't be that narrow-minded, and I don't think there is anyone who would say that there's only sexual attraction, unless they're totally disinterested in everyone else except sexually. That could that's possible. So there are these many types of attraction that make us go and explore someone else. Just recovering from a cold. And as asexuals, we tend to have it difficult when we say that we lack sexual attraction. And people suddenly assume that sexual attraction is the core of a relationship. And in many cases, it definitely plays an important part because it is that moment that two people intertwine almost literally. They intertwine. Uh, what am I saying? They come. It just sex is a big deal for them because in their life it has been built. They have been taught that sex is something magical, that it brings two people together, and that it shows each other, and it shows their love for each other. But sometimes they tend to forget that it, that sex itself is a sexual act, and it is mostly based on sexual attraction. But of course, there is also the romantic component that us asexuals tend to forget, because there is also a romantic component in sex. It's for sexual people, and a lot of asexual people think that sex is just it's kind of the idea of sex is kind of how do you say it? It's kind of pleasing, the idea of sex, not the actual act maybe, but more of the idea of sex, that two people come together and have this magical sensation, and they suddenly they have this emotional bond, this kind of thing that wasn't there before. And I might be making sex some edit that out if I want to, but so sexuality, sex, but of course sex isn't necessary. But for sexual people, in their mind, it is something that is very much a part of that deal of a relationship, of a romantic relationship, even though it doesn't have to be. And that's why it makes it hard for when you are asexual and you don't enjoy sex, because some asexuals do enjoy sex, so let's leave them out of this for a moment. So if you're asexual and you don't enjoy sex, and you fall in love with someone who is sexual, and that person is in love with you as well, then that person has to, then there has to be made a choice. Is this, do I want to give up sex in order for this relationship to work? Or the question for the asexual person is, do I want to compromise to make this relationship work? And it's a choice you have to make then with that person, and I've stressed it in my previous video. But it's a person that you have to make at that time with that person, and I can't stress that enough. So it's something you'll have to discuss then. And I've gotten a bit off topic here, but there are many types of sexual of attraction, and sexual attraction tends to play the foreground along with romantic attraction, but people just can't imagine a romantic relationship, as it seems, without sex. It's something out of this world, it seems. And that's because that's a lot of bullshit, of course, because a romantic relationship is about a romantic attraction. And there are many types of relationships one can have, and those are based around those types of attraction. There's an emotional attraction, there's I don't know how an aesthetic relationship would work, actually. But if a relationship would be based on an aesthetic attraction, I don't know how that would work. Maybe if there are other types of attraction involved, but a relationship only based on aesthetic attraction, and not even sexual attraction, then those two people would come together and look and stare at each other for a long time because, oh God, you are so beautiful, and then they would just stare at each other. And I don't even know why I'm talking with such a British accent right now. Accent. But anyway, this is my message to all of you. There are a lot of types of attraction, and there are a lot of that manifests, and those attractions can manifest themselves into relationships. And there are so many types of relationships. There are as many types of relationship as there are types of attractions, and so on. So that was my message for you today. I hope I have made a coherent video, because I don't have the time to edit it, and I have so much work to do. Okay, I'll see you next week. And one more thing. Leave me some questions so I can use that for next week's video. Some questions, some personal questions maybe. If you want to do it anonymously, you can just leave a message in my ask box on Tumblr anonymously. You have to tick off anonymously, or if you're not a member, you can always do it anonymously. So you can do that, or if you don't want to do it anonymously, if you simply want to say, hey, this is me, and this is the question I have for you, Arne, and then I will say your name in the video. I will try to pronounce your name, your username, how difficult it may be, and then I will answer your question as long as I don't think that. Well, I'll try to answer your question. Okay? So this is that for this week, and I hope to see you